Good morning, good morning. This is Lori from the Paint Girly channel. I'm here to work on a project. I'm going to share a few things. Wait for a few folks to come in. I've got some happy mail, which is very exciting. Very exciting, very exciting. It's a beautiful day. My little dog is out guarding the neighborhood. So if she starts to fuss, I may have to go let her in until my hubby gets home. So I'm just my desk is really quite neat for me, but it still is a bit on the messy side. So, just picking up a few scraps, which I'll probably say later to myself, why did you throw those out? You know how that goes. As soon as you throw something out, that's when you want it. So, good morning to everyone that's coming in. People are starting to pop in. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm just going to set up my phone. There's Journey. Good morning, Journey. Hi, Ree. Good morning. I'm going to show my happy mail, Journey. You are too cute. Too cute. Okay, let me see if I can find myself. Oh, I've found myself. There I am. Okay. So how's the screen look? I'm going to adjust my camera. Someday I'm going to figure out how to adjust my camera from the computer. Okay? Let's not anybody hold their breath. All right, put my phone over there. So I already had a mess this morning because I was trying to prep. I'm ready. Oh, you're Judy, not Journey. Oh, I just saw the journal and I thought it was Journey. Oh, please forgive me. Hi, Judy. Need more coffee. This is just my third sip, so maybe after a few more sips. Although I tend to be loopy occasionally. I don't read so well. Ooh. All right, let's get the mousy out of the way. Running out of space, running out of space. Okay, so I don't know who mentioned it or if I was watching a stream or a replay, but somebody mentioned a couple of girls, they're sisters. I don't even know the sister's name. And the one gal's name is Suzy ShabbySoul, and that's her YouTube channel. And man, she does really nice stuff. And she's heavy into Tim Holtz stuff. Good morning, Barbara. Chicken Pot Pie Society. How are you, my dear? And I was watching her do a, what did she call it? She called it an accordion style journal. Of course, she was using Tim Holtz stuff, which I might use some of his stuff. I'm not sure. But have you ever, or do you see paper packs? Like, I'm not into the scrapbooking like I was years ago, but I do love paper. So if I see a paper pack that I really like, and I'm a huge fan of Graphic 45, I love their stuff. And I have some older stuff that I'm hoarding, that I don't, necessarily want to use. Hey, good morning, Susan. How are you? Nice to see you. And I just put it in a box. I buy it, I order it, I put it in a box. I've got Stamperia paper, I've got the Chabella paper, and I've got it all hoarded away in a box. Why? Okay. So when I saw Suzy doing this project, I thought, you know what, I could do that with some of my Graphic 45 stuff. So that's what I'm going to do today. I did do some prep stuff. So you don't have to sit and watch me cut apart Graphic 45 paper. Of course, there may be some cutting. I'm not going to. Are you, Ree? Oh, I love paper. I know, it is a sickness. It's just like for me, it's paper and yarn. For my sister Nancy, she loves plants and things outside, but you just get that feeling in the pit of your stomach. It's like you have to have it. So this is called, I put it in the title, Nature Sketchbook Collection. And the paper's just absolutely, I mean, it's beautiful paper. What can I tell you? So that's the goal today. I was trying to figure out, now Rosemary the other night, and Susan can be my witness, showed us how to put together a folder journal, I guess, that she had done a couple years ago. So I did start that. Oh, sorry. And I have my 5 signatures, and I was thinking I might put this together and use my graphic 45 paper, but I just wasn't feeling it. Okay, Ree, you're going to go back to lurking? Shelter and lurking. Very good. Very good. So I do have that. Now I have to do my pamphlet stitch, and then I'm going to put them together like Rosemary taught us. But I think I want to do more like what Rosemary did, maybe paint in on some of the pages and, just be a free spirit with that. So the other day, my husband surprised me. So let's go out and get some dinner, and then I'll take you to Hobby Lobby. Whoa. That doesn't happen very often. So I got a few things that I thought I'd show you. Now, of course, I love clearance. So they had this roll of fabric. And of course, when they roll it up, you can't really see what it looks like. But I thought it looked interesting. Now, I didn't iron it, as you can see. And I thought this would be a little more scratchy, but it's a nice weight and it's very soft. And I thought that might be cool for either a journal cover or perhaps, the pages of a slow stitch fabric journal. So I really kind of like that. So this was 34 cents. Can't beat that with a stick, right? And then I spotted this, and I thought, why would they have these on clearance? $1.24. 12 pack, 24 pieces, but the cards are flat. So it's not like a greeting card. But stink, I like that better, right? I know. I couldn't stand myself, Barb. I just couldn't stand it. And then I saw these for $1.24. I have no idea how many's in there, but there's got to be at least 10 or 12. How cool are those? I mean, I could cut those or fold it, use it as a page. I mean, come on, huh? Steal. That was a steal. And I'm into storage. Of course, I love my storage. Look at these babies. As my husband was coming by to say, okay, I'm going to go sit in the car and read. He's a good man. He said to me, don't you have enough storage bins? Go to the car, sweetheart. This was $7.99. I don't know. I didn't see it have an original price on it. It's called an easy storage. So it's got like the lock and lock sides. Okay, be still my heart. And I'm working on a project. I do different things when I go in to watch TV. And I don't really watch TV. I go in to sit with my husband while he's, snoring. And I usually color, or I might be crocheting or knitting or doing some kind of a slow stitch thing. So I had all this stuff in a flat, open, like lid of a box. And that's a danger zone. Hey, Devin, good morning. So that could be a problem. So I opened it up and put all my little bits. Now, of course, I can switch these out and put this back in when I'm done. Put the buttons back in, my button drawer, if you will. So I have them separated out a little bit, maybe size-wise. But then I put in all my threads. I still even have an empty bin. Looky here. A little bit of lace, some elastic, right? Everything's right here. I can pull out what I need. I purchased in a thrift shop, a hospital tray thing. You know how like when you're in the hospital, for some of you who may have been in the hospital a lot like me, It slides under your bed, and the tray comes over top of the bed. So it's like right over your legs, and you can eat your food, you can draw, you can read, whatever. Well, I saw one of those in a thrift shop for like 25 bucks. It's like one of the best things I ever bought because it slides under my chair and the table goes right over the arms of my chair, and I can sit there and color, do whatever. So I can sit this tray there, pick out what I want, and when I'm done, I don't have to worry about knocking it. I just put the lid on, and I could carry it to another room. See, I carried it out here to my craft room. Okay, I'm thinking, genius. All right, sorry. No autographs, please. No autographs, please. And then, of course, I was torn. And I thought, you know what? When am I going to see these again? And they had a smaller one. So this is long and narrow. Same thing, lock and lock sides. $5. Now, it has the clearance colors on it, but maybe it was always $5. I don't know. But look at this. A square bin. You got a long, and look at the cute colors, huh? Come on, right? And even if you, now I don't know what I'm going to put in this one yet, but even if you filled it up with whatever, I could take the individual little container. See, a lot of these containers, they're divided, but they're permanent, right? So if you get a chance to go to Hobby Lobby, you might want to check this out because I thought the price was very reasonable. And then, of course, I like to dig in bins. So I found some, and I'm a snob when it comes to paint. I either like the Deco Art, I like Ceramcoat, and I like the Folk Art. Not a fan of Apple Barrel and Anita and some of those other brands. But paint is going up. Look. 34 cents. So this one is Gentle Heather. I don't have much in purple and pinks. This one was 34 cents. This one's called Razzleberry. This is a color I used to use years ago called Rookwood. This is one of my favorites. 24 cents. Okay, get out of town. Come on. And who can't use a brown, right? This is milk chocolate. I know years ago I used a lot of this color. 24 cents. Give me a break. And this one, it was a no label, but look, Telltale, that's a folk art symbol. So this is a nice color too. Do I need to know the name now? It's more like a milk chocolate. Yeah, that does look like milk chocolate. Woohoo! So I got those. I'm very pleased with myself, girls. Very pleased with myself. And I don't know what I'll use this for, but Liquitex, that's a good brand, right? Hobby Lobby regular $12. It's a matte, which, that piqued my interest because I'm not so much about the gloss, but a matte super heavy gel. So I'm not sure. And sometimes this stuff doesn't still have the seal, but it still has the seal. $3. So certainly, and I didn't read the directions, but certainly I can put that to good use, right? You probably could even use it as a glue. So welcome to everybody who's coming in. And then the deal of all deals, I think. This was rolled up, so I couldn't really see, but on the label it said something about farm, and I thought, oh yeah, I gotta have that. And I didn't realize this is duck cloth. And where do you see this? I just took the label off. And I'm thinking to myself, score. Look. Okay? Come on, look. You got a milk crate. You got the rooster on the barn. You got the windmill thingy. How cute is this? Chickens. I don't even know how much is here. Let's see. Oh, called Farm Fresh, 100% duck cloth, 45 inches wide. It says 3/4 of a yard. $4.50. $4.50. I know. I thought immediately of Colleen. So, woohoo! Woohoo! Don't know what I'll do with that yet. But I really, really thought that was great. Once I pulled that apart, I was very excited. So then I got some Happy Meal the other day, and I was excited about that too. So Journey has sent me some Happy Meal. I don't know if she's come in today or not, but God bless her. How sweet. Oh, just give me 1 minute, girls. My little dog is at the door. Let me let her in. She's probably needs a drink. Okay, sweetie. I'm coming. How's it coming? Nothing going on in the neighborhood, huh? Okay. Did you do your homework? All right, go read a book. Okay. So a few streams ago, a couple of the girls, Journey being one of them, was talking about paper cloth scissors. Paper cloth scissors. You can't get them anymore. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, there's a pair of scissors. Yes, exactly, Susan. The thrill is in the hunt for sure. Something that some of you may or may not know about me. If somebody's doing a stream or a live or in chat, whatever, and they say they can't find something, I immediately go either to my phone or another tab and I start looking. And if I can find it, it's like, I don't know. I love the hunt. Anyway, so I'm thinking I need to get a pair of these scissors. Maybe I can get a pair on eBay. So I start looking for paper cloth scissors. And then it hit me. You dope. It's a magazine. Ugh. So God bless Journey. And I did share that. And she sent me 2 issues. Oh, cloth paper scissors. Look. One's 2007 and one is a 2017. I squealed when I opened up the package. So I've never seen one. Now, I couldn't wait to open it. I was going to open it live, but I couldn't wait. But I haven't looked inside. Look. Right? I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I want to get to my project. But how cool. Look, how cool is. Look, it's an owl. Can you see an owl face in there? I tried this one time like Mary did with the crayons. Boy, that did not turn out well for me. But that looks like they're using like mica powder. That would be fun. And this looks like what Lisa was doing with the cave drawings. Oh, look, this is what I'm doing today. This is like an accordion journal, but they put fabric on the ends. That's cool. So I'll be enjoying these for sure. Journey, thank you so very much. This is so wonderful. I just love it. I just love it. Look at that. All right. So like I said, when I first came on just a few minutes ago, there's a gal by the name of Suzy ShabbySoul. That's her YouTube channel name. And she has several things, posted. I don't think she does lives. I didn't really look into that. I think she does the standalones. And she's heavy into Tim Holtz products and that look, that shabby, primitive look. And her things are just wonderful. They really are. And so I am doing a kind of a spin-off on the one video I watched. She called it an accordion type I think that's how she said it, accordion type journal. And she was using, I think, maybe last year's Tim Holtz release, maybe the Halloweeny kind of paper. So I've decided to use some of the paper I've been hoarding, some graphic 45 paper, and it's called the, I keep forgetting how they word it, Nature's Sketchbook Collection. And the images are just beautiful, of course, if any of you are familiar with, and I think probably quite a few of you are. Lori Montana, good morning. How are you, sweetie? Oh, thanks. Thanks, Lori. Yeah, there's her channel. Thanks so much. And so you want to check her out. So welcome to everybody that's coming in. So rather than sit and cut out a lot of my 12 by 12s, I did cut ahead and have some pieces here. And of course I have a mess. And I have some stuff here I don't really need. So let me just put this up here for a minute. And then, of course, I had put out some of my, I showed this in one of my other streams, too, if you're not familiar with this. Zena was on one night, and she was using, she was inking her edges. I love to ink my edges, and a lot of times I don't get a dark enough look for myself using the ink pads. And she was really getting a nice inked edge. So I asked her, and this is what she uses. This is put out by Stamperia. It's called Vintage Antiquing Paste. This is a 6 lifetime supply. So you may want to put it in your will. Just saying. But what I don't like about it is, you know, it's not easy to dip into because it's, you know, it's like in a toothpaste tube. Okay. So what I've done recently is put it on, you know, an old gift card, bank card, whatever, and then I can just tap into it and it stays soft for quite a while and then ink my edges. But what I did this morning was flopped my paper in it and oh my gosh, I had it everywhere. My fingers are still dark from it. So what Suzy suggested and how she started, of course, like I said, she's heavy into the Tim Holtz stuff. She was using Tim Holtz's heavy duty tags. I think he calls them Exacta. And I couldn't find the size. I was trying to go by her hand and how big the tags are. I think I figured out they're probably 3.5, 3.25 by 6 inches. That's the size I decided to go with. And of course, I don't have those, but you can use anything. And I decided to use the front cover of this paper pack. So what I did was I just went ahead and I cut the size that I wanted. And I have them here somewhere. This was my prototype. And I have my pieces here somewhere. And I thought, well, maybe I could just leave it like that and use it like that and just cover the back. But then, not really. So I have my front and my back cover cut out. Okay. And so I'll be using those. And then what she did was she said, you just kind of want to rip your paper. You want to leave a straight edge on the bottom. And I'll be using my sewing machine. Of course, I've got stuff stacked in front of it. I didn't think that through too well. But it'll be all right. It'll be all right. And I picked out pages that I thought would be a good base for the book. Hi, Marty. Nice to see you. Good morning, Cheryl. Nice to see you. Welcome to everyone coming in. Thanks for coming by. So what I did was I did what she suggested. I tore my paper and I was just going to use this as my base. And that's the back. And she overlaps and glues them together. So she has one long strip. And I did that here. And you can see I inked all my edges, right? Inked my edges. I left the bottom straight as she suggested. And then you fold this one piece, which then, you know, gets glued. And then, of course, you cover that. I think I have that backwards. But this is the way I'm going. So I guess it would be this way. This way. And then she said, you really want to see how you like what's sticking out from your covers. Now, I haven't folded yet. So when I did that, I realized that it wasn't going to fit on my front cover the way that I wanted to. I should have waited and maybe done every other paper design. I must have used this sheet of paper for another project, so I only have one sheet of this. So plan B, I came back in and took another sheet of paper that I thought would work. And I've attached it. And I've got my two straight edges where I've attached that. Now I'm going to attach my second piece here. So I have a piece that's going to work. So are you totally confused yet? So I want the green part sticking up. And I should have a size that fits this because I did one end and it didn't really fit that well. Yeah, so that's a better fit. And you don't have to be super anal about it, but I tend to be. Sorry. So I'm going to just trim this a little bit. And I'm just tearing it with my fingers. And I really don't know. Like, I only watched the video once. Not twice. I watched a little bit of it a second time through. Now she uses a gel medium of some kind as her glue of choice. For right now, I'm just using my, and this will get better. It's long now, but I want to show you folding it. I'm just going to use my Mod Podge. Sorry, Marty. I think it'll become a little more confusing as we go on. So just hang on, girl. Just hang on. Okay? Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue on the end here. So essentially what you do is you have several long strips of paper. If you have a paper pack that you really like and you only have little strips, use it. It probably will be a little more fiddly for you to put it together. But once it's done, if you like the paper, you're going to be happy. And we want happy crafters. Oh man, I'm just really struggling with my little glue container. I should get a pin while I'm working. I wonder if I have a pin that will fit in there. Probably not. I do. That'll work. And I don't have to fuss. Okay. So then I'm just going to glue this on because what it's doing, if you used to do scrapbooking and made your own covers, you know, you're used to this. You just overlap and glue, overlap and glue, overlap and glue. Okay. So give that a few minutes to set up. So now I'm going to start like at the very beginning. Let's start at the very beginning. Now you knew that was coming, right? I know Barb knew. All right, so I have my two. I want to get the two that go together at the same size. Okay, so I have my two end sheets. Now these are a little flimsy, but I figure by the time you glue other paper on and decorate it, it's going to be heavy enough to be a little cover. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to glue this when I'm ready onto this end tag, which will be my front cover. And I want some of this sticking out on both sides. So I have to decide where I want to fold it. So I'm going to fold this way. So I'm coming in about an inch and a quarter maybe. And this is going to get glued here. Now I want another little bit sticking out. Once I glue that down, I want another little bit sticking out here. So I'm just eyeballing it. Now, if you're a person who likes to do numbers and measure, go for it. I am not that person. I do like to use my bone folder. Now, see, look, I forgot to ink that right there, and I just need to do that. So, one moment, please. Because that white just really pops, right? I've got myself so confused, okay? So my front should look like that. I've got a little bit sticking out on the left and a little bit sticking out on the right. Now I think my folds are not that great. But I think you can do a short one too. So I'm just gonna squish that down. I folded this crooked. I don't cut straight, and apparently I do not fold straight. So that will be glued like that. And then I'm going to flip it over and continue to fold. I'm following those the same size as what I have. And I'm going to try to fold this straight. I can't wait till we get to the pockets. And I'm going to follow that. And fold. And this will be my other cover. Is my camera too close? Oh my gosh. I didn't have that mission originally, but I think that's a good, I think it's a good thing to shoot for. So you've got all the different levels, right? And it's an accordion. Now you don't have to have this many pages. When I did the first two center pages, it was not long enough for me, and I wanted to have a few more pages. So that's why I'm adding on. So to add to the confusion, you take the strips of paper that you want. Devin, it might be less confusing if you're just listening, just saying. This little wing is going to be attached to my first tag, which is my cover. Now you probably could make that a little deeper. And then when you fold your accordion, you should have another tab on the back that you will then glue your second tag, which will be your back cover. Now she mentioned that when folks had watched her video and they watched back, one gal asked the question, what about where you're hinged? Like, how well will your paper hold up? And she said, you know, it just depends on how much you use your book and how much you're opening it up and whatnot, right? So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's probably too many pages, but I'm going to leave it go, okay? Because I think it'll be all right. So what she suggested is you could use washi tape, or you could put some fabric on these hinges, or folds, if you will. So I was thinking I would like to do that. So I grabbed a piece of stained muslin. And here again, I'm just going to eyeball. I'm going to just take little pieces, rip and tear. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. And it doesn't have to be the entire fold, I don't think. It's just adding a little reinforcement, correct? Now that might be a little wide, but see, it could be different widths as well. So I'm going to take just and almost make like a little tab. And you could tab it, like you could go that way. You could do smaller strips. Let's do some smaller strips. And you can really fuss around as much as you want, right? So I'm going to take some Fabri-Tac. Mrs. Gigi, is she here? Did I miss her coming in? Good morning, Mrs. Gigi. Excuse my reach. So I don't anticipate that this would be really a problem with your book being hinged. But hey, why not take care of it right up front, right? Plus, it's going to add to the look of the book, which, hello, I'm all about that. See, now most of the time I'm sitting at my desk and I'm making stuff to, resell. And I don't get to do anything fun. So this is fun for me. See, now that's going to just act as a little bit of a reinforcement. Are you getting it? Are you getting it, guys? Are you seeing where I'm going with this? Now this one, I think I will skip. Maybe I'll do washi on that one. And I'm going to come over to this one here. And I'm going to, now, especially if you use, say, like your Score Pal or your scoreboard. Oh, Marty, good. Sometimes, and it depends on the paper too. Sometimes the paper breaks down a little more, so it might be a judgment call, as to whether or not you want to reinforce your fold lines. I mean, sometimes you can just tell that this puppy is not going to hold up, right? I'm fraying my edges because I like that too. So I'm just going to put some Fabri-Tac, and I find that the Fabri-Tac type glue, while it can be a bit messy at times, it sticks down pretty quickly. And it is sensational if you're using a piece of fabric. Just saying. So I'm going to try a piece here. And I think I'm just going to do, and I'm not, oh, if I really thought ahead, you could stitch around this fabric. How cute would that be? The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain. Okay, I really want to stitch that. So I do have my sewing machines right up, set up right behind me. And it's an old Sears Kenmore. It has served my husband's family very well. and I've been using it. It's one that has the cams, but have no idea how the cams work yet. I haven't figured that out. Of course, I just learned how to do the zigzag, so I've been having fun with that. But for this project, mostly I'm going to do straight stitch. And I'm hoping I don't knock anything over and have an avalanche. So I'm just going to plug it in. Oh, there goes the cutter board. I'm going to get a sign for the door of my craft area and put danger zone. I think that's probably a wise idea. All right. Now this could be fiddly because it's a little tiny piece of paper, cloth. But even if I just stitch down the middle, let's do that because it's tiny. I think it will really look cute in the book. And it doesn't have to be perfect either because there's going to be all kinds of layers as we move through. So this is really like what I would do if I was just sitting here by myself. I just flipped on the camera. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here in chat. Now I have glue fingers. Glue fingers. Do, 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 do. Now she didn't always glue down the fabric completely because then she had another little tab to put something to. I mean, really, you got to check out this gal. She's clever. She is clever. Let's put this down a little lower. Now I wipe my excess glue on the back of my hand and then later I peel it off like sunburned skin. Don't judge me. Please don't judge me. Now I'm going to flip over. And I'm going to attempt to put cloth on the mountain side, which is the valley on the other side, to reinforce. And I'm so sorry if you don't like that I'm stitching while I'm doing this, but I'm going to stitch again. It doesn't take that long. I don't think you'll miss me. I don't think you'll miss me. I should have music playing in the background. The rain is rain, falls mainly in the rain. So I decided I want to try to attract bluebirds. Not going so well. Well, I read online that they start scouting out a place to stay in February. I mean, who has their gardens in order in February? I mean, they're eastern bluebirds. They are in my area. So you might have your bird box out, but really, I mean, do you have your plants pruned back in your garden? No, it's too early to plant stuff here. And then you're supposed to have a water source. Well, we do have a creek behind us, but they suggest, you know, a bird bath, which I have. Well, I got no bird bath out in February. Do these birds not know how it works? Come on. Hey, Sherry. Hi. Welcome in. Thanks for coming. All right. So this kind of looks like a little label. I'm gonna leave my threads on there too. So what I want to know is, anyone in chat, has anyone, or does anyone have a paper pack that they're hoarding? If so, what company is it from and what is the paper pack? Inquiring minds want to know. All right, so then I'm going to skip that one and I'm going to go to this one just because I'm anal. Now, something else to keep in mind, if you are stitching and doing things, a different kind of project, and you have little scraps of fabric that you might have that might be, you hoard all paper packs. All right. Do you have a favorite brand, Marty? I really love, of course, well, I've broadened my horizons, but I really love the Graphic 45. Anytime you have any little scraps or bits, even if you stitch something and then you decide to trim it off, you could use that, right, as a label, or you could use it as a reinforcement, or even that it looks like a reinforcement. Now, some of these are getting a little chubby. Yeah, Snappery is nice, huh? Yeah. And then there's Ciao-Bella. Oh my gosh, some of that. I haven't pulled the trigger on some of that stuff. I do have the lemon. It's a blue like dish pattern kind of looking stuff, and oh, you know what else you could probably do, guys? Let's see. Do I have a Sharpie here? You could probably just do a Sharpie. Come on, Laura, get the brain going. I used to keep a Sharpie in here. I don't know if this one. This isn't a Sharpie. I wonder if this will bleed. Not right. I could use Posca. And some of this might get covered up, once I get decorating and putting the paper on. Like right about now, aren't you glad I didn't decide to cut all my paper and get everything ready while you're watching? Okay, this is boring enough. I know, Ciao-Bella, right, Barb? Yeah. Okay, so Marty says she's outside and they're all inside. She's lazy today and don't want to go look, so all of them. Okay, honey, that's fine. You just relax. We'll just talk about you later. No problem. No problem. I don't know if I like that so much, but girls, I'm going to use it. I just put little marks on the fabric. And like, okay, if you really want to be a real cray-cray, you could stitch that, right? Hello. Just stitch it by hand. I'm talking by hand, girls. By hand. Okay. Now this is all prep work. We're making a base to build coolness in this journal. Building a base. So I've got one there, don't need one there, and that's going to go on my end. So, and I'm not sure, like I said, if I'm going to put the washi on. I do have washi that's kind of like green tone, and I do have some Tim Holtz that I think might work too. All right, so I'm going to put this aside and let those little tabs, I mean, really, already it's looking cute, right? I mean, come on. All right, so these are my two tags, not tabs, tags that I'm going to use for the ends of my book, which will be my covers. You could use cereal box. You could use chipboard. You could buy Tim Holtz heavy duty stuff. You could use 110 cardstock. This was easy to cut. I'm just using it. I figured by the time like I said earlier, by the time I build up with the papers, it should be sturdy enough. So I pre-cut some of these images to the size that I will need. Now, of course, when I went to cut the one tag, I messed up I don't have a thing that cuts these for you. Okay, I either have to trace them or I have to eyeball it. Every time I eyeball it, it's just not good. And some of these are probably shorter than I need them. Let's see. This one is longer. So that was not what I had envisioned for this project. Don't you just love that egg? Look at that egg. And we all have the same problem, I think, with some of these papers. Both sides are so pretty. Like, how do you decide? And like this particular page, this was the page before I, cut it up. And of course, this egg, it's not right. If you cut it in half 6 inches, you lose part of the egg. You just, how in the world? Now it's plain on the back. Okay, so that's all well and good. But how do you, thank God you get 2 of them. But you gotta make choices. Okay, sometimes you're happy with your choices, and sometimes you're not. Okay, it's just life. It's life. So I think on the front side, I decided I'm going to use maybe that. I should have got out my tape runner. Ooh, wouldn't that be good? I haven't used that in a long time. Okay, why are you guys brilliant? What are you doing? Let's see. What is the prettier the paper? I just lost it. The prettier the paper. Where's my phone? I could use those on the back. What does Sherry say? The prettier, the harder it is to use, for sure. So Marty says, Sherry, if it's something I love, I make a copy and use it. Oh, yeah. We have a genius among us. And there's Dana. Hi, Dana. Okay, now I lost my spot for my phone. All right, so what I want to do is decide what I'm going to glue where. Now these are going to be my front cover. Now see, I really like this, and I want to use this, and I'm going to use it probably going that away. But I'm also going to tear it because I don't need all this extra overage. And I want to be able to see some of the butterfly. I hope no one is gasping. So I'm going to do that like that. And I'm going to, somewhere I have a piece of scrap. Use this. I know it's white, but it'll get dirty soon enough. And I'm going to take I have a piece of that. I never know what this is called either. It's called, at least I did have a piece of it. Here's my antiquing stuff. I've lost my lid to my glue. Oh, there it is. This one's kind of falling apart, but you get, this side's real hard and very sturdy and firm, and the other side is a sponge, and it comes in a big sheet, and you cut it. And see, I'm very stingy. And this is very dark, so you just want to make sure you start to ink your piece, kind of off to the side before. Although this stuff does move pretty well. It's not like you put it down and you're stuck with it. It kind of rubs into the paper pretty well. So I'm thinking I'm going to put that on there somehow, some way. But let's see. Oh boy, I'll tell you. Today's my lucky day. My tape runner is right here. Usually it's buried. And I think I even have tape in it. I have not used this in a very, very long time. But I think it would be a good idea to use it in this here situation. All right, so I'm just going to run some tape. I have a smaller size of this I haven't used in years, and it squeaks terrible. And I don't want to waste some of this paper, so I'm going to just try to get it on as best I can. And I think fabric will stick to this as well. I think I'd like to grunge up a little piece of this muslin. I've not tried this antiquing solution on fabric. Barbara's going to make coffee. Barbara, will you heat mine up while you're getting yours, please? I really could use a heat up. Okay, I think I want this narrower. See, look, I've got it all over again. I think. Now, did I drop my cloth? My piece of torn? No, there it is. Sheesh. I kind of want to cover that. Because the way I had to cut this paper, there was no way I could do it and get my butterflies without messing up using the other half of the paper. This I usually keep on top of because I just keep putting my fists in it or my papers in it. Good grief. All right, so I'm going to start with that, like that. And I think I want that here. But can you see okay, or is my camera, should my camera come down? No gasping. Okay, no gasping. I guess I'm having iced coffee. I'm going to hold off on putting that down because I just don't know where I want it. All right, so ideally, this is how this is supposed to go. Now, the other thing that Suzy did, if you knew Suzy like I knew Suzy, and this is Suzy from the ShabbySoul channel on YouTube. She said occasionally she would punch a hole so that you could look through the hole from one page and see what was behind it. So I thought this might be a cute place to try to do that. So I'm going to use my Tim Holtz little oval puncher because I don't want it to be too terribly big. It's not really going to go where I want it. Let's see if I can make it look. I'm going to go for it. Eek! dinner time for Gigi. Okay, if you're looking, if we're still here when you're finished, she'll be back. Okay, have a good dinner. All right, so I've got a little peephole, and I'm going to ink around that. So I'm trying to think about all what I want to do, the basics that I want to do before I start to put on my covers. So that's kind of dark. I don't think it needs it there. And maybe I want another hole. Maybe down here. If you knew Suzy like I knew Suzy, oh, what a gal. All right, so I'm going to put my one cover up there. Now, the other thing that Suzy did was she built pockets. Pockets, I say, pockets. And she stitched them on, which is what I want to do. Yeah, I like the holes too. Wasn't sure if I would, but I do. Shall I do another? Well, I can always add one, I guess. So this is where my cover is going to go on, right? And I think she put pockets really pretty much on all the pages. Now, she didn't leave. Now, this is a piece of scrap from the front of the, you know, that page I showed you that had, like, you know how Graphic 45 has like a big design page, and then they have the other pages that have the cards and, you know, all the cool stuff. So this is from the big design page. And all she did was she just tore pieces over scraps. And of course, that's much too wide. And they can be any size, whatever you determine will work. And of course, she did all four sides jaggedy raggedy. And see, then she would stitch that on, and that would hang out the bottom. Now, she said when she put her cover on, I guess she didn't want it to hang she didn't want it to hang below the bottom edge of her front cover. So she's made several. I'm going to take her advice and deem her as the authoritarian on this here technique. So I'm going to ink my edges. I think this little bit of foam is about had it. Okay, this is really weird, and this is like a side note, but when you ink something like that and you see that little edge, like, does anybody else find that really cool? Like, I find that thrilling. Okay, just saying. I've told you before, I am one weird chick. Don't try to talk me out of it. I am. I really, really am. But I'm happy and I'm fun. Oh, lost it. Okay, so that's going to go in the bin. Now, the thing is, of course, Suzy's a lot more experienced. So she kind of lost me when she talked about stitching on her pockets. And then when you stitch the back side, being careful that you don't stitch through the center of your pocket, because that's where your tags and all your little ephemera is going to go, in these pockets that we're building. Right? So you kind of have to think about that. And not having done this before, I don't know. I just don't know what to do. Thanks, Dev. So I'm thinking if I put that there, and I do want it to hang down a little bit. Maybe I should grab a couple paper clips, because I'm thinking if I put a pocket here, and then I want a pocket on this side, I want to kind of have them the same size. So when I stitch this on, I'm not double stitching. You know what? I'm going to stitch on 3 sides, and then I'm going to have 2 pockets, one on each side. Now this one certainly could be smaller or a different shape. So let me think about that. Let me just have a think about that. Now this is a piece left over from here where I tore this to actually make my page. So that kind of will look cool. So let me have a go at that. Now none of her pocket edges were straight, but that doesn't mean mine can't be. Because I could always glue something on the bottom. I might be sorry later, but I'll just say it was a creative choice. Oh, I kind of like that side. See, I like this side, but see, then look, the writing is upside down. Now, that's the one thing I noticed. If you go and look at Suzy's video for this, and I'm sure it was intentional and she meant to do it, her front cover, the paper that she chose, has words on it and a print, and she used it upside down. I would have rather have flipped that. And I like my words to be right side up in most cases. Just saying, that's just me. But there again, okay, as Tim Holtz would say, it's the maker choice. I'm not getting into that terminology if you're a maker. Oh no. That could be me as well. I'm just going to ink the one side. And I'm just setting this up so once I go to my sewing machine, you don't mind upside down writing? I guess in some cases it's probably can be pretty subtle, but this was a front cover and it really was a distraction for me. All right, so I've got a pocket on this side and a pocket on the other side. Now, let's say if I wanted to put a little, but see, I could glue something on there too. So let's go back to the little gray shack inn. I wish I could know how to say that. I think it's a Hawaiian word. Wallaka waka woo kawaii or something like that. Yeah, sideways I like okay. And it just depends. Like sometimes it's not, especially if you're stamping it yourself, it's not like in your face and it's a little more muted. I can handle upside down that away. That away. I can handle it that away. All right, so I'm looking for another bit of paper. I got tons of paper, girls. Tons. I just hate to rip it. I hate to rip it. I'm trying to see what I think would work well as a pocket. As a pocket. Of course, you could use craft paper, you know, or some cardstock, you know, like manila color. Let's see what else I got here. I might use this side. Oh, this paper is beautiful. Stephanie G, hello. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. All righty. let's see. So I want to put another pocket here. Stephanie, I'm building an accordion journal, and it gets confusing at times. Look at that beautiful flower. Let's see if I can make that work. Ripped off some of it. What a rip off. All right, I'm going to take a little more off. I haven't worked with scrap paper in a while. Here again, keeping this as my guide. I'm going to tear that because I like those wings, and maybe I could use those wings, you know, somewhere else. I keep losing my inking sponge. I really could keep my antiquing stuff in a better spot if I wasn't so clumsy. See, and I think this is going to be covered because it'll be stitched on the back. So, see, look, I got my, how do I get my finger in it, girls? How do I do it? Good grief. All right, I'm going to hang that one. Hang down low, to and fro. Look, I got a spot over there I didn't want. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, okay, Marty, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Have a good afternoon. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on this other side a pocket or maybe a belly band or something. And then just work and decorate, you know, maybe do my front cover, work and decorate these two sections so we can kind of see what's going on. So we're not here for like, you know, 3 days. Okay, just an idea. Let me have a sip of my lukewarm coffee, please. Oh, heavenly. The other thing I should really keep in mind is that this paper pack has all these cool little bits, you know, that I've cut apart. Not so much into the blue, but look how pretty these are. So I want to, you know, I want to make sure that some of my pockets Stephanie, that would be so great. How soon can you be here? I mean, neat images, right? I'm trying to see. Look how pretty, right? I appreciate bugs so much more now as a maker than I did as a kid. Just saying. I mean, really. How can you not love those bugs? I know, right, Dev? Or ferns? Look at this. They call me mellow yellow. Lemons. Lemons, how sweet. Not really. Okay, this is one thing that does drive me crazy about people that design these paper packs. Okay, I'm just going to put this out there. Now, I'm sure there is a reason. You love ripping paper? Oh, God bless you. I'm sure there's a reason they did it this way, but this was in a long strip. Okay, I cut up both sheets, so I can't show you. These were in a row. There were five little squares, right? This was the end. I purposely paid attention to this because I find this annoying. This was in on the end. So as a maker, now these people design paper and they work with paper all the time. Tell me if I'm wrong. There may be, I mean, please tell me. Maybe I'm just not getting it and there's something I'm not seeing. So if you wanted to use this individually, of course, you'd have to cut this. And then, you know, you've got your dragonfly cut. You've got 2 wings here, 2 wings there. Okay. And that's fine. That's one way to use it. But if you want to fold this and use it as a little book, put a couple of pages in and tuck it into a project, why would you not flip these two and have the words on this side? So that when you fold it, no matter where you live, this is how a book opens, right? And if you wanted to use it differently, maybe use it as a tablet and connect it up here, you could do it if this was on this side or this side. Do you see what I'm saying? Just saying. So I left this together because I didn't want, I see dragonflies now and I think of my dear Holly, and I just couldn't make myself cut that. See? This is new. I never had a tattoo before. This is my Holly tattoo, girls. She loved dragonflies. And some of the rewatchers may not know Holly Dalton was a gal that was in our art circle, and she passed away recently. Okay, so these are all the cool bits that we have, right? So I've got to keep that in mind. So maybe a little tuck spot on the back side of this one. So what might I use? Now, of course, if you're familiar with graphic 45 paper, you know you get a lot of strips too. So Stephanie says, backwards no in Japan, you think you, okay, Dev, but I mean, come on. All right, so Stephanie says backwards is fine if you're going to use it as a little book. Blame it on the maker of the, I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Okay, so see, you get different strips too on these paper packs. So what strip would be a nice little belly band on this here dark greenery? That would kind of liven it up. Hey, Tina, how are you? I don't know that I've ever met you, Tina, but I see you at Dee Dee's. Welcome, welcome. Right? That might be, or maybe it would be a little too bright. I know one thing I was going to do, girls. I was going to put some gesso on some of these darker pages, particularly like this dark pattern. And I'm thinking if I do a belly band there, I'm thinking I might want maybe a little bit of lightness behind there. So let me just rub on some, this reminds me of, right, okay, cool. Thanks for coming in. This reminds me of Dexident. Dexident, you know, you used to put on your kids' bottom when they were chapped or sore. Maybe I want to scrape it. Scrape it. Whoa. I think I like the Be Yourself one. That little bee's gonna get chopped. He's gonna get chopped. It's just so hard to keep all your bits and bobs in order. Bits and bobs. Now, some of you may also know that I have what I call a bonus son that lives in the UK. I used to have a little, oh, there it is. And he has 2 little girls, which I love desperately. I got to meet them the end of last year. And I wanted to send them something as a little Easter treat. So I wanted to send a toy. And sometimes through Amazon, you can get some reasonable shipping, which I did. And I was able to send them a little toy, but it was a little delayed. It didn't get there on Easter. The kids are little. You know, they're 2 and, 9 months, 10 months, something like that. So that won't really impact them so much. But this is a Tim Holtz tool. You can use the edge of your scissors too. Like if you have a small piece of paper like this and you want to rough up the paper and you don't want to tear it because like you'll ruin it, these things can come in handy. Anyway, I was tracking this package to make sure that they got it, and I got a message that said they tried to deliver it, and they were going to try again. Anyway, I think they tried twice to deliver it. I'm like, Gary, the package is coming. Like, I don't know. He's a stay-at-home dad. I don't know what he was doing. But anyway, when he finally got it, I got a message that said my package had been collected. Oh my gosh. I just love how they say some stuff. Oh, so her nickname is Pete? Okay. Now I did all that and didn't measure correctly, so that's still a little long. Now this is going to be probably a little tricky. I'm going to tell you it's going to be tricky to stitch that on because I want to just catch it on the ends. All right, so now I don't mind being here a while, but I want to get a little more done than just doing this kind of stuff throughout the whole project. Darn if I didn't just throw this paper in that lump of antiquing stuff. I'm just a mess. Girls, I'm just a mess. Okay, let's have another little sip. So I'm going to go over to the sewing machine and I'm going to stitch around my pockets. I might zigzag stitch down here and just do something, you know, fun. Or maybe across the bottom. I'm not quite sure. But let's just see how this turns out. And then I think what I'll do is I'll put on my front cover. And then maybe spend a little time decorating a couple of these pages. Or at least the front cover. Now what I want to be careful of too. See, I didn't ink the back of this. But see, and I could probably all of course, tear that and make it right. But let me just, being as I noticed that, let me just, goodness me, that's really a big, it's just amazing to me how that white paper really stands out. So I'm just going to use a straight stitch on my pockets. Now this pocket I want at the edge of the page, and this side of the pocket I want to hang down, and I think that placement's fairly good. What did I do with my cover? think I'm going to go like that. Now I have to remember to cut the sides of my tag too before I glue it on there. Now see, I'm not sure that I like this. See, I want the edges of the pages to stick out, but I've got an edge of this pocket sticking out that I'm not crazy about. Of course, I can always decorate on top of that, so I'm going to leave that for right now because it'll give me more to stitch. All right, so I'm right here. I just have to spin my chair, and I shall be back momentarily. I just want to make sure I've got everything situated. So I want to come down that way and across there. All right, I think I got it. I think I got it. I have to re-plug in my machine. And trying to figure out where to start. And really, if it gets crooked, that's not a big deal either, right? I left my needle down instead of up. Not good. Not good. Here we go. Off to the races. And of course it tightens up and it's going to make a big blob. Houston, we have a problem. It looks like a thread hairball. Hold, please. Hairball, hairball. Here we go. Let's go again. Let's try that again. If you're going to try this, one thing I'm noticing is there's definitely, you know what I should have done? I should have taken a glue stick and glued it down kind of where I wanted, just a little. Oh, yeah. I think that's what G. Kerr does. Then you don't have the slippage. I'm noticing slippage here. Okay, now I'm turning my work. And I have to remove my paper clip. Don't forget that if you use a paper clip. Turning, I'm turning. Hey, it looks pretty cute. Now I'm going to switch to a zigzag. I'm just going to run that off the page. Of course, I'm always leaving my scissors where I can't reach them. Oh, you've got that glare. I apologize for that glare. I will never remember to ask my husband about that. Okay, so I just did the one pocket. So I stitched that on. So I have a little pocket here. Let's see, where's the little, pocket there, right? And then on the back side, I've got a little pocket. And then once I got past the pocket part, I zigzagged just to put something else you know, on the page. ASMR. I'm not sure I know what that is. I'm not going to take a guess. Yes, that's fine, Tina. That really is easier for the host to really pick out something, especially someone like Dee Dee who has so many folks and the chat just flies. You know, it's hard to keep. Of course, we don't have that problem here. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, so now I'm going to try page 2. And I'm going to keep this over to the right, is my hope. And I'm going to try to catch the belly band there. And then I might have to, maybe I could glue that. But I'm going to try to catch it from this side. But if I do that, okay, note to self. Belly band's going to wait. Because if I stitch through, then I would stitch through the center of my belly band. That wouldn't be so good. So I'm going to do this side of the pocket first. And I think I was, you know, over anxious with all these pages, but it's just a little fiddly if you want to, you know, stitch. And I'm starting above the pocket because I just kind of like how that looks. And I'm going to start with a zigzag. And then I'm going to switch to my straight stitch. I'm going to remove my paper clip. And make sure my needle is down. I'm going to twist my paper. I sewed that crooked. I'm going to twist it again. And I'm going to switch to my zigzag. And I did it again. I left my scissors over here. This is a really long book. I do like those holes I punched in. I think I need to punch in another hole. Maybe here. I really like the holes. Okay, so that was pocket number 2, which turned out okay. Let's get, I don't necessarily want to cut the threads real short because I kind of like that. The threads are kind of hanging. Autonomous sensory meridian response. Oh. And calms down people when they listen to it. Oh, like, okay, I just, as long as it's not offensive, I'm good. As long as it's not offensive. Okay, so now here is where I'm going to put my belly band on this side. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make stitch marks on my belly band, and then I'm going to cheat. I'm going to glue it here. So it'll look like it's stitched onto the page, but it won't really be. So it'll be our secret, okay? Mum's the word. Here we go. I'm going for it. Very little stitching here. Oh, forgot to do take the zigzagger off. Let's back her up, baby. Back her up. And we're going to do the other end. And I'm starting to remember why I liked doing paper books and working with paper. I'm going to do a zigzag down here while I'm at it. Get that out of the way. Because I think it will be lovely. Just lovely. Oh, yes. That's great. That's really good. Methinks that's really good. All right, so now if you're doing a project like this and you're using paper and you're using cloth, don't forget, if you have cloth scissors, don't use them on your paper. So I'm going to switch scissors. I'm going to trim off my little Galaxy Quest. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I saw Galaxy Quest. I'm a little I'm not really up on all the movie stuff. I'm kind of over Hollywood, for one thing, and I don't usually do space stuff. Was that the one with Tim Allen? I don't even know if that was what that one was. Of course, my son knows all that stuff. Now, these threads on my little belly band look kind of cute. Just giving them a little bit of a haircut. And petite. So my belly band is going to go right there. That may be a little too much hairiness. And it's easier to trim it now before I glue it down. Is it not? Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Okay, let's see if we can get some glue out of the little glue dispenser. All right, so that's the back side. I didn't put enough glue. Okay, the one with, all right. Hey, so I knew a little more than I thought I did. Well, my son and I were recently in, it's really not that recent anymore. I guess it was last November in Europe. And we were in the car going somewhere, and he'd have the radio on, and a song would come on, and he'd say, okay, whose theme song is this? And I just don't know movies. And you can ask Barb, I really don't know songs. I mean, I can sing some of the lyrics, but I couldn't tell you who sung it, who made it popular, what year, none of that jazz. And I would make a guess, and he'd say, Home Alone. So then we'd be going somewhere else, and some theme song would come on, and he'd say, guess whose theme song? Well, I didn't think it would be the same movie, so I would make another guess. Home Alone 2, or Home Alone, whatever it was. Oh my gosh, I never got it right. When I finally guessed Home Alone, it wasn't from Home Alone. It was another movie. Yes, I am a winner. Okay. So now I don't want this cover to be all the way. I mean, you could do it that way if that's your taste, but I'm going on what Suzy did. And she put her cover more towards the center so you could see the sides of the book, which, I thought really was adorable. So that's what I'm going for. And I just happened to notice that I need to put some of my antiquing paste, knock back those bright white edges, because it's easier to do it, now than once you get it glued on, once it's attached. Well, I mean, you can certainly do it. So, and I want to also remember that I've got these my pocket here, the edge of my pocket. So I want to kind of gauge that and make sure the edge of my book. Right, Dad. That was the other thing. The other thing we were playing were like oldie Christmas songs. So like Nat King Cole, Dean Martin, Perry Como. He didn't know any of those people. We had such a nice time. Okay, so I want to make sure I get that in the right spot. So it's going to be right about, I should probably make a mark. And one thing I didn't do, that if you're going to do something like this project, I would make my end piece come in a little deeper. I think Suzy did that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I'm going to use my tape runner again. Normally I probably wouldn't, but it sticks down quicker. And I have it out, so I might as well go ahead and use it. And then I want to make sure I hit it right in that spot. What I didn't measure when I put that line was that. I hope that's a good spot. Now the other thing about the tape runner glue, because Miss Lori misjudged, you can just run your finger and peel that up, which is fabaroonie. Fabaroonie. Okay, starting to look like a little something something, right? So now when I open it up, and then you see, because I stitched, and I stitched on the other side, I did the top part. I don't know if you can see that. Let me bring it up here. You can see where the needle is poked through. I don't like the white marks. You just take some of your inking stuff and just give that a little scrub, and it knocks back those little white dots. See, am I anal or what? See, gone. Now I need a piece for here. So I want to pick out something that, you know, works with the opposite page. And certainly not that. And I guess I could go with that, but let's see what some of my other choices are. That may be a little too green. Oh, you know what? There's a bee print. I used one page for another project, but I have one that I didn't use. Let's see if I can. Oh, there it is. I think that might look cute there. Or do you think? Well, I'm going to decorate on top of it too, so let's keep that in mind. Might be a little too dark. That might be a little too bright. Maybe I could put some gesso on that. So let's cut a piece of this out. So I want 6 by 3 1/4 is my measurement. See, I just threw my book in it. My husband needs a t-shirt that says I'm was stupid. Goodness me. All right, let me get my cutter. So let me see if I can use this small cutter rather than getting my big cutter out. Yeah, I think so too, Tina. Tina said covering the white marks. It makes a big difference because it's so obvious that your eye goes right to that. You don't really see what else is going on, at least to me. All right, let's see. I'm going to take off my heading here for the paper. Just going to line that up. And I save all these bits too because you never know. I mean, this paper right in here, it's great to stamp on, write on, or whatever. Very useful. Okay, so I want to make sure my bees are going in the right direction. Some of them are going all different ways, but for the most part. Oh no. Okay, Dev, great. For the most part, I think this is how it was designed. You know, that header was up there, so I'm going to, and I didn't cut that real well. So I'm going to cut it on this side so I don't have to fuss around. Oh, this is one of those. I got to bring out the arm. Bum, bum, bum. Now I just got to make sure I didn't flip it the wrong way. All right, so I'm going to make, no, this is, see, I almost did it wrong. I know, right, Dev? I love it. This piece going this way, I wanted 3 1/4. Not to be confused with 9 3/4. And years ago when I used to do a lot of this paper stuff, I would watch girls and they would cut so far down and take it out. I just cut the whole strip. I mean, you're going to use part of it for something anyway, right? Right. They were so good at that. I could never tell where the blade ended. So that was part of my issue too. I told you I have issues. I have issues. All right, so now I want it 6 inches. And if this isn't right, I'm going to wet my pants. Okay, just saying. I think this is correct. I think this is correct. All right, let's sit that back there. See if that just stays out of trouble. Now, where did I put my book? Yeah, I think that'll look cute there. So I think what I want to do is just take a little bit of my gesso and maybe do a little scrape. Just knock this back a little bit. Let's see if I can get just a little tiny bit out of there. Put that back in its spot, which is always helpful. And I think I want to go easy. Okay, that might be low. That might be good enough for what I just knock it back a little tiny bit. Take out my heat gun real quick. Let's get that a little dry. And now I need to cut my, okay, where's my other cover piece? I'm getting lost in the minutia of all. Oh, that's just a regular piece. That's not the my phone says low battery, low battery. That's not my, here it is. I want to get that, trim off my corners. It's probably a better way to do this, but oh, you know what? This is the messed up one. I'm going to flip this because I already messed it up once. Sheesh. I don't want to mess it up again. Now, I didn't punch a hole in that either. I guess I can do that later. So I'm not sure if I want a hole. I guess I do because I like things sticking out the top. Oh, I just thought I've got some cool yellow yellow tulle that I think has a little bit of a sparkle to it. That might look good on some of the tags. I don't want to lose my wings. I just did a Julia Child. I just scraped it on the floor. My scraps and my bibs and my bobs. Okay, so that's going to go here. All right. We're going to lock it down. Forget how sticky this stuff is. I'm going to go right over my stitches. All right. Now this could lay in screen. This could be fiddly. Good thing Marty's not here. Good thing Marty's not here now. She'd really be confused. Okay. We have to live with whatever we did. It's down, and it is not coming up. I don't think it is. Let's see, I'm off a little bit there. I might have to address that because I'm, you know, fussy. I'm a little fussy. All right, so now I'm going to concentrate on the front cover, and then we'll see time-wise if anybody still wants to hang, because I don't have anywhere I need to be until it's time to play Pinochle, and that's not till a little later. Okay, so that's going to drive me crazy right there. So I'm going to have to definitely do something there, which I shall. Now, the thing is, does anybody know where Lori has her Tim Holtz field note little snippet stuff? Anybody have any idea? Oh, this is what Dev was kind enough to send me a prize via Kathy Berg when she hit 1,000 subbies. I might be able to use something in here as well. We might have to dig into that at some point. Thank you. Thank you so much, Devin. It was so nice. The book is wonderful. And those stickers. Ooh. I am a lucky girl. Lucky girl. Oh, okay. Thank you. Use the black Sharpie. I thought about that, Barb. I might have to do that anyway, but I'm going to definitely glue something that's going to hang over that edge for sure. And I'm thinking about maybe little words. Let me just look here real quick and see what we might have. Now there's some pre-tags that I've already made for who knows what that might work in here. It's not from the same paper pack, but I might be able to use some of it. That's cool. That's cool. See, the thing of it is, I know I've said this 112 times, and I will continue to say it. I remember where I had it before I reorganized. Okay? Oh, maybe I should, when I find them, put them in my new container from Hobby Lobby. Okay, you can all chime in now. Brilliant idea, Lori. Brilliant. Just totally brill. Okay, I'm looking for, oh, there it is. No, I don't think it's in there. Oh, goodness me. What did I put in here? Oh, there's stamps. Stamperoonies. Now, you know that's going to fall. You know that's going to fall, Lori. I think it might be in one of my little plastic like photograph tubs, or it could be, some of them could be over here. Let's just have a look. One moment, please. As I unearth yet another box. The trick is to unearth one box and sit down the box you're replacing without having the stuff standing up tip over and then, you know, cause a Rube Goldberg effect. Okay, let's see here. Tina says, Pinochle, haven't thought of that game in years. My German and Polish relatives used to play, especially on the holidays too. Ha, that's great. Yes, my husband loves it. I don't mind playing. I could live without it, but my husband really, really likes it. And his family played all the time. His dad, his uncles, they were avid Pinochle players. And we played regularly with friends that we knew from our church in Pennsylvania. Ouch. And they've gone and moved to Colorado. Of course, we moved to Jersey, so that was doable. They would come or we would go to their place. But now that they're in Colorado, we play online. So we get to chat, and it's not, you know, not like it was, but it's still, we're still able to keep in touch and spend some time with them. So that's good. It might be too large. I mean, the field note things would be so fabulous to add in here, but it looks like Lori's not going to find them for today. Oh, bummer. we shall have to just forge ahead. Forge ahead, I say, forge ahead. I do have some of these, though. These will work. And I've got some stamps. And I've got a couple things handy to get us at least a little way started. Just a little bit started. All right, now I had that one piece. Oh, and I just found some Timmy words. I know where they are. Okay. Oh, good. And these aren't seasonal, so I should be able to find something in here that might work too. Okay. So we've got a little bit. So I did think ahead as far as some stuff I would need, but I didn't think about taking out my little ephemera doodads. Now, I had trimmed out that one little nature. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. And I had ripped it. Oh, you do? How do you work that, Barb? Because I could do that with my grands. They're not that far away, but we still don't get together that often. I play Go Fish with my granddaughter online, but my grandson's still a little young to. Oh, there it is. To keep him occupied. I mean, he's okay playing Go Fish in person, but playing it on Facebook or whatever, FaceTime he would not do well with that, I don't think. Oh, girls, I just ordered. I don't know. I think this is a good deal. Okay. There's a question I had. I wanted to ask somebody. Okay, who is here? There's 15 of you here. Is anybody? Now, Aunt Beck was here. If she's here, she would know. How many fat quarters are in a yard? It's 2, right? Because 18 inches is a half yard. I'm not a number person, right? So a fat quarter is 18 inches by 22. So if your fabric is 44-45, right, that would be the 22. And then if 36 inches is a yard, then 18, right? So it's a half yard. So you know that Tim Holtz fabric, he has all the different fabrics. Me either, Dev, right? Well, I don't know numbers. I had to look up what a fat quarter was a while ago, and I know that's 18 by 22. So if that's the case, and I'm sure that that's a correct measurement, so then a fat quarter has to be a half yard. So when I look online for the Tim Holtz fabric, people are selling it for like, say, $11 to $12 a yard. Well, first of all, I don't need a yard of it, all right? Do I want a yard of it? Yeah, but I want all the different designs. I don't want just, a yard of everything. First of all, that would be a lot of money. So I found a girl on Facebook Marketplace, and I thought I read the thing wrong. She's got, okay, here Tina says, a fat quarter of fabric is 1/4 of a yard cut that usually measures 18 by 22. Okay, so I'm off somewhere, but okay, so a quarter of a yard. Okay, so I think that's still good. Anyway, she is offering 8 different sizes, different patterns of the Tim Holtz fabric, fat quarter of each for $22. Now you have to pay shipping, which is $4. So that's like $275 for a fat quarter, right? Or somewhere. And I get all 8 designs. I mean, I asked her, is that like 8 different? And she's like, yeah. That's not a bad price, is it? Because I want to do like a slow stitch fabric book, and I was thinking I'd like to use the Tim Holtz fabric. Now I can do it. All right, so Tina says to create a fat quarter, cut a ½ yard of fabric, 18 inches, along the grain side and cut to the midpoint. The longer side dimension sometimes varies, right, between 44 and 45. Yeah. Oh, I gotcha. Thanks, Tina. Yeah, so I'm excited. I just ordered that. Because even with the, so I guess that's about right. But then I don't have to buy a yard of it at $11 or $12 a pop. So I guess that's just a normal price for a quarter yard. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I think that'll be good. But I wish I had some of it now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I think I want something underneath mine. Now I could put that right up there and that would hide that, would it not? It certainly would. It would. Let's see, what do I have here? Okay, that's part of that. I also have some little bits here from another project. Of course, right, girls? Little bits from various projects. And I think I want something else under this. Now, if I think about it, and that's really kind of close. I don't really want that. I'm probably going to punch a hole up top here, right? Oh, okay, Barb. Thanks for being here, honey. I appreciate it. Thanks. I'm just thinking and thinking. Constantly thinking. What else do I have in here? Overboard. Boy, I should have stitched this on, huh? Should have stitched it. Okay, I think I'm going to have to go to the lace drawer. Lace or drawer. Which is right over here to my right. See if I can find a little skinny piece of cotton lace. Oh, I've got books in there. Not supposed to be in there. That's why the drawer was so heavy. Overjoyed. Oh, good grief. Good grief, Charlie Brown. I just think I want a little something to break up the darkness of the that paper. And maybe not. We'll see. You know, sometimes it just hits you. You put something down and it just works. And you just know that's what you were looking for. Other times, not so much. It might work somewhere else in the book, but... Aha! Aha! So far, not liking any of this stuff. Hoodie on, hoodie on. Maybe I just need to go this way. And that can stick out. You know what I wish I could find? And I know I have some. You know, like the end of, you know, the salvaged end of your fabric, and it's got the, I guess it's not, maybe it's not really the salvaged end. Oh, oh, here, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, oh, wait, here we go, here we go. This, that has, you know, the words on it. Boy, I really mashed that up. I think that's what I want. Yeah, I think I want this. All right, so let's get, is everybody still halfway awake? I'm going to have a sip of my iced coffee. Mmm. Yum, yum, yummers. Okay, I need to darken this a little bit. This is a little too bright. And I should have gotten out my Timmy stuff. That's too dark. Oh, good grief. See, this is why my husband sometimes has, well, he has said in the past, and he's not wrong. Why does it take you so long to get something done? Well, this is why. Like if especially if you're doing it for the first time and making a prototype, like after I do this, we took me, and I didn't work on it all the time, Devin. Devin's working on a page in Curvy Roseanne's book, Fragile World. It's a big B. And well, see, I had a head start because I coffee dyed the page first. And then I colored. So it went a little quicker, but it took me days. And I think my phone's dying. I could show it on my phone. Let's see. I need something. Let's try some tea dye. See, look, I ruined that. That's too dark. Too dark, too dark, too dark, too dark, too dark. Yeah, that's much better. Of course, I don't really want Linda's name on there, but Linda and I guess, are going to be best friends. That's just how it is. Do. Yeah, so Dev, I started the adjacent page with the butterfly. And I only got a couple of the leaves done. And then, of course, I started on something else. Because I'm always doing projects. And I didn't get back to my coloring. Distress inks as a base. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I ever did that. Not the oxides. You're using the inks. And then did you put them on with like you would a pan pastel? Oh, do tell, Devin. Do tell. Okay. So I think I want that there. I think I'm going to flip it this way. I don't really want the words that way. I don't know, guys. I can't pull the trigger on it. I can't pull the trigger on it. Where is my... I found that little bit of lace that is gathered. And Mary was doing this the other week. She had gathered lace. And now she, of course, I did have to clutch my, oh yeah, the zucchini kitty. Uses the stress things a lot. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have watched her. I haven't watched her lately, but all right. What's Tina doing? Tina is coloring a pic with bees too, but I'm coloring in Clara Markova's Fairy Miracle right now. Is Clara Markova the gal that, oh, I don't know how to describe her. I wonder if that's the gal whose book I have up there. Is she from Poland? Tina? Clara, is she from Poland? What did I do with my phone? I wonder if I have enough charge to pull up my picture. Photos. Oh my gosh, I'm really low. Really, really, really quite low. Let me just plug in here. Okay, I'd rather be green. Okay, that's me with a filter on from Snapchat. I'd rather be green. I really would rather be green. This is what Devin's coloring. A big old bee. Big old bee. What Tina say? Am I thinking of the right person? Oh yeah. You should do that because it's it's your last week, Dev, and the thing is bees. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Gosh, it was a couple years ago. Dee Dee was coloring in this book. Oh, thanks, Dev. When I had it right up here, mine's all falling apart. I think it's the gal that Tina's talking about. Let's see here if I can see, because then when something's on your, oh, here we go. Something's on your mind and you don't check it out, it drives me crazy. Let me see if this is the gal. Oh no, I'm thinking of somebody different. This is Carolina. Or Carolina. Carolina somebody. Carolina Kubikowska. And who did Tina say? Oh, Clara Markova. This girl's got she's got a couple of cool books. It took me a long time to get this though. See, mine's all falling apart. I don't know why. This is a cool book. I have two of hers. I don't know where the other one is. It might be out by my chair. I thought I had more done in this one than I do. Oh, here we go. That's who I was. A different girl. Close but no cigar. That's not even close. Come on. Okay, so Murray was, she had some lace that was gathered, and she'd rather have it straight than gathered, and she took a pair of scissors and just whacked it off. I gasped. I'm going to have to check her out. Okay, like I need another coloring book. Clara Markova. That's a cool name. Clara. I think my daughter might have thought about Clara to name their daughter. But alas, we got Charlotte. Anyway, if you paint, this is a pain, but if you only need a little bit, or if you're sitting and watching TV, you can do this. And sometimes you get lucky. Where's my little bitty scissors? Oh, there they are. And you pull the right thing, the thread comes out all in one piece, and it unlatches the gathered part, and you have a nice piece of lace. You don't have to cut it. And then you have this really cool, now some of it's better than others depending on, you know, the lace. You have a cool piece of stuff to use in the top of your tag. But I think I'm going to like this little bit on this tag. But see, it just undoes the gathered part, and then you've just got a straight piece of lace. I've been saving. Okay, has anybody looked or found the gal who does the Just Because books that are cloth, like a slow stitch fabric book? She was it Journey? It might have been Journey that was telling. Yeah, I think it was Journey was telling me, because Journey sent a slow stitch fabric book to Lisa that is just gorgeous. See, and then you can use this stuff. It's real nice and soft. I mean, some of it's not, but a lot of it is nice, soft, fine tulle type of fabric. So sometimes they say, okay, so you start down here, and then if you go down a couple of inches and you snip those threads, sometimes you can get really fortunate. And if you pull the right side, you can get the whole piece to pull out. And it's like this. Okay, here we go, girls. Look, see? Woo! Holla! Just a little free tipperoonie. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of my antiquing paste and just take away some of the brightness of that yellow card. Of course, I could snip that too, but see, then it's going to mess it up on the other side. So I think I might snip this part. Danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little bit right there to kind of cover that. Now the fiddly part is going to be getting my glue in the right spot. So rather than put it on the card, I'm going to put it on my fabric, because I can use that little ledge there as a guide. And that's way too much glue. I'm going to rub some of it in. This is like being a surgeon. Now I don't want to stick it to eek. You know, I don't want to stick my pages together, so I just put my finger behind there. And because this is not cooperating and I didn't iron it, I'm just going to put a little dab right there to hold down that little spot. So anyway, I started to say, if anybody has found or discovered, oh, what is her name? She's got 3 names. Something. Oh, goodness me. Susan Taylor Browns, maybe? And she does Just Because books. And they're slow stitch fabric books is what they are. And they're awesome. And she puts all kinds of different textiles and clusters on the pages of these cloth books. And some of it is just, if you're stitching and you have all those extra threads, that you cut off, some of them are just that balled up with like a button on top or a piece of gauze or something. They look fabulous. So I've been saving. Now, now I'm saving my threads. Oh my gosh. It's like it's never ending. The trash I save, it's never ending. Every time I look at a piece of trash, conflicted. So conflicted. Ridiculously conflicted. Okay? Just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let's see, what do I have in here? I wonder if I threw any. I even have pieces of Tim Holtz bugs cut and trimmed. Okay. So, as you know, people, you can just fuss with this till the cows come home. Here we go. Gina's got it. Yes, it's Susan Taylor Brown. Did I get it right? Oh, man, the old brain is kicking. The old brain is kicking. Yeah, I didn't look at a lot of stuff on her channel. Because I was interested in that slow stitch stuff. And Journey said to check it out. Really, really cool little books. It's like you want to make one. Well, you want to have one. You may not want to make one, but my goodness, they're just so yummy. They're so yummy. Okay, so now what do I have? Let's see. Now, as a former scrapbooker, it really does pain me to see what I'm about ready to say. But, like some of these, I'm just going to rip them. Because these cards are just beautiful, right? But they don't go with what I'm doing here. So I might just rip it. I'm definitely going to rip it. I think I'm going to cut this edge though. I've had this paper pack, I'm saying, probably for at least a year. Probably more. Because, time gets away from you. I'm just not sure how I want to rip it. I don't want to cover all of this up. Let her rip. Where's Stephanie? Are you still with me, Steph? I've got Nature Book right there, so maybe I can let this Nature Book go. Huh? Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Where's my, now I just stamped on that little label-y thing. What did I do with it? What did I do with the Klondike bar? Isn't that a cute piece of something? A little cute piece of something. There it is. Thank you. Thank you. Gonna have to get me some gauze. Gonna have to get me some gauze out, girls. I like that butterfly. But see, I have Timmy butterflies too. Okay. So what did I do with my, oh dear Lord, did I burrow it? Did I lay something back on top of my, oh please. See, I did. I laid paper all on top of it, girls. I am not in my right mind. I think I'm going to switch this out. Okay, so I placed an order for a company called Scrapbook.com. And as a free gift, I got a stamper. Of course, this one's not theirs. But now I'm sure many of you have used Tim Holtz's blender tool, right? You've got this rectangle one, you've got the round one. And then what happens is when these things, you get used in them. Now, I know they want you to replace them and you're supposed to have one for every color. But after a while, this starts to come apart. But scrapbook.com sent a gift where you got the little tool and you got this part that hooks on. Now, whatever I did, the foam part didn't hold up it's so great, but this part here, this is like wood. It's fabulous. It's amazing. Just saying. I like it. Okay, let's see here. Let's do some ink-a-dinking here. This might be a little too dark, but we're going to go with it. I think I got some of the other color that was on here. I think I want a butterfly up there. Suzy, the girl I referenced earlier, that I saw this do this project with the tags and the accordion. She used a lot of Tim's like cardboard. What did she call them? She didn't call them punch board. Not poster board either. They're the hard little discs, that you can punch out that has the designs of the paper. Graphic 45 has them too. Could be a circle with some of the design on it, and then they look like little buttons, and there might be little square pieces or whatever. You just punch them out. They look like little puzzle pieces. She used a lot of those decorating her pages. To tell you the truth, I'm not that crazy about that so far. I usually don't get happy until I get out the. Now the other thing you have to consider is you want the book to close. In most cases, you want your book to close. So you have to keep that in mind. You just got to do what you like. See, look how cute that would be. This has got a little bit of a shimmer to it, and that will look great coming out the top of tags for this book. I don't really hoard my cheesecloth, but I never remember where I put this stuff. I've got little pieces of it all over, shoved in this bag, shoved in that bag. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. All right, I'm going to quick put on my hot glue gun. Let's see if I can get that to heat up so I can do this little bit here. Okay, so look, here's some black and yellow threads. Okay, now I got a little bit of a fuzzy in there, so I'm going to get rid of the fuzzy. Now that's very, very flat. But look how cute that looks on there. It's just trash thread. My goodness. If you start to art this way, you get to the point where you don't throw anything out. It's amazing. Now I know in this bag somewhere. Now see, this is a piece of old cloth that a friend gave me from an old, oh my gosh, I so want to find an old ripped and torn bedspread where, I don't even have to cut this. All I have to do is pull on it and this tears apart. I love it. I freaking love it. I just need a little piece of Keisha, I love you, but you've got me calling it dirty gauze. I never can think of they're cheesecloth. I never can think of cheesecloth. And I've said this before too. If you don't, just said to my girlfriend in Colorado, I guess last week, if you don't have any cheesecloth, oh, here's a Tim Holtz strip of stuff. I wish I found that a few minutes ago. If you don't have any cheesecloth, go to Walmart, get yourself a package, bring it home, and dye it. You can coffee dye it, that's the easiest, but if you have avocado, whack it in half. Do half in avocado and do half in coffee. You'll be thanking me. You'll be thanking me. Okay, can't find my little bit of cheesecloth that I want. So I'm going to have to go to Plan B for this here little spot because I'm not seeing any. Guaranteed as soon as I go offline, I'll find it. See, I'm finding all this other stuff though that probably is going to look cute in this book. I'm trying to get out. I should just dump the whole thing out. I'm trying to get out this little bit of stuff. And then you ever like root through your stuff and think, man, I got a lot of really cool stuff. And most of it's just, trash. Trash. Okay. My glue gun is heating up. Now just real quick, because I have the bees there, I think I want to put these little bees, I think I'll fit in there, yeah. These little bees over here, and I'm just pinching off the edge to just keep it kind of, and the artist has done that for you, but I'm just taking off a little tiny bit. I could use that tool also that I have. Oh, we've got ladybugs on the back side of this paper. And I'm going to ink my edges. So like a little, what do they call them? Little specimen cards or something. I'm going to put something, more than likely I will put something on the back of this. I'm not liking the way that's inking because I had some navy blue on there and it's changing my color. And I don't want my color to change. This is more of the color of my paste, my antiquing paste. To me, antiquing is an old ceramic term. We used to antique our ceramic pieces after we painted on the colors. Devin, what kind of pencils do you color with? Do you use the Prisma? You're going to go eat? Yeah, I'm going to go eat too. I'll ask you another time. Thanks, Dev. Enjoy your afternoon. I'm going in a few minutes myself. What time is it? Oh, yeah. I think that probably is a ball game one, too, I want to watch. It's that time of year. All right, so I'm going to tuck that in there. And I'm definitely going to use one of these. Maybe here. Maybe I'll put a little script on that. Just kind of to give you an idea where I think I'm going. I'll probably put a flower or some kind of a bug or cutout on that film. And I think I will glue this down this way. I want a butterfly up here. And I guess I will find some cheesecloth. Or maybe I'll just, this looks pretty, see, this looks pretty good. It's nice and ratty. So I want to put that there, and then I want to put these threads on. So I think these threads look cool. And then I might have a little bee button or bee charm or something that I could put on there. So you just start adding and layering and adding and layering. And I don't know, I might work on this again on another stream. You would love to have some polys. Yeah, my Prismas do too. But you know what? I'm not, I drop them a lot. That's on me. You're using Brutfuner. Ooh, they sound cool. Huh. Tina, you use the Faber-Castell. I have a small, I have like a set of 12 of those. And to tell you the truth, I don't know where I put those. Now that you say that, my son had got me that for Christmas one year. How about that? Huh. I was just going to ask your favorite color if you use the Prismas in your Prisma pencils. Okay, I think this is all for me today, gang. I'm going to ink the edges of this, and I'm going to, I'll lay this out, and from time to time I can show you where I am. But that's basically the idea. Make sure you check out Suzy ShabbySoul on YouTube channel. And then I mentioned Susan Taylor Brown, who does the Just Because cloth slow stitch book. And it's Sunday. So, yeah, it's that time, right, Tina? I'm hungry too. Mary will be on this evening. And my girlfriend Jean and I will be playing Pinochle later. So, electric blue. I like lemon peel, lime peel. Is it lime peel? The green. Oh, I love that color. And the dark the dark purple. Oh my gosh, I love those two colors. Electric blue's a nice color. So Mary's on later. I always forget what time Central. Maybe 7 Central. I think it's 8 for me, because I'll just be winding up playing cards and I'll be able to catch some of Mary. And then tomorrow morning we've got Janet Nash and Dee Dee, of course. I'm always out of lime peel. In fact, I placed an order with Dick Blick. They're out of it. I still haven't gotten it. I mean, that was January. I grind them up like crazy. But of course, green's my favorite color. So whatever I color, I do the greens first usually. And okay, so who else is on Monday? Then after Dee Dee, we've got Janet Young, and then we've got in the evening Lisa My Eclectic Life. So especially the replayers, or if you're here lurking, there's some fabulous streamers, and lots of really nice people in chat. So if you find yourself in a situation where, oh, did you? I didn't pull that trigger, but I usually order 3 or 4 when I order of the white. Yeah, I use white a lot more now than when I first started to get back into coloring. So a lot of really nice people in chat. So if you find yourself, maybe shut in or can't get out much, or just need people to chat with, come on in and join us. We won't bite, right? Thanks for joining me. It's been a lovely afternoon. I'm going to grab something to eat, and I'll probably see you on the tube somewhere. And don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. And again, thank you, Journey, for my little happy mail surprise. Thanks so much. All right, ladies. I'll see you all soon somewhere. Sharon Lombard, I didn't know you were here. Hi, thanks for coming. Getting ready to scoot. Maybe you were lurking. All right, girls. Thanks to little Lori Loves Montana, and for Barb for modding for me today. Thanks so much, ladies. See you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.